October the 1st, which means we have another month to try and achieve all of our goals and just make some things happen. I'm really excited about this month because it's finally like coming into the fall winter months, which is like my favorite time of year. I'm so excited about that. So because it's the first, because Mental Monday is falling on the first today, I was thinking like maybe we should do like a challenge every time Mental Monday falls on the first. So let's challenge ourselves for the month of October to really live fully. And the reason that I want that to be our challenge is because if you are like me and you work and you have children, or you may have spouses, things like that, we kind of give ourselves to-do lists every single week. Week to week, we go through this cycle where we wake up, we get the kids ready for school, we go to work, we work all day, we pay our bills, we handle any extracurricular activities that we may have for our children and for our families. But when we look back over the 30 days, it's really not much of anything that we actually did for ourselves. And when I say for ourselves, I mean like we might make time to get our nails done or do things that I feel like are basic upkeep, but we didn't really do anything just completely for ourselves. I was speaking to a client last week, and she is older, so she's maybe in her 70s, and every time she comes, it's such a good time because she has so much life experience and life stories to talk to me about, so we always talk a lot. And she was telling me you know, just about how when she was in her 20s, 30s, 40s, and even up until now, she would go and just do things like if there were different music shows or plays or just traveling, doing things with her friends, she would do it. Even though she was a mother, she does have multiple children. Like she always said, she made time to live and to do things. And she has a daughter, and her daughter is now in her 30s, and all she does is kind of work and go to school. And she said it makes her really sad for her daughter because, you know, you can rake up all the degrees and all the money in the world that you want, but if you look back over your life and you haven't truly lived, you haven't laughed, you haven't loved, you haven't traveled, what are you doing it all for? And I had to really agree with that. And then it made me sit back and it made me think about myself and how I will have a laundry list of things that I feel like I need to complete before the day or before the week is over, and none of it ever includes anything that's enriching me for myself. And I kind of talk myself out of doing things because I feel like, well, I didn't complete my laundry list, or something that I felt I should have done that was priority didn't get completed. So it's the end of the week, but I'm not going to go and watch a movie or go and do this and that because I didn't handle everything else that I should have handled for everyone else around me, whether it be for my business, for my son, or whatever. And we have to be real careful about doing that because I'm sure you all can agree. Like, it seems like the days are going by so fast now. Time is going by so fast. We're already in October, which means we only have 2 more months left in this year. 2018 has been a roller coaster, I'm sure, for you all as much as it has for me. And I just really want to challenge not only you all but myself to spend October, November, December really doing things for myself. Like, take a day trip. I know on Saturdays and Sundays we have to do this, we have to do that. Like, for us, especially if you grew up in the South, like, Sunday is for church. Like, you go to church on Sunday, that's it. If you don't go to church, it's like we've convinced ourselves, you know, that something extremely horrible or bad is going to happen if we don't go to church every single Sunday. But it is okay to take a Sunday, gather your children up, and just take them on a day trip. I know resources, I know we work and we have bills, And everybody's resources can't allow them to do that. So even if it's you do go to church, but go to church early and then decide to spend the rest of your Sunday at the park or at a free museum or something like that. Just take time to live and make your children live too, because children get caught in routines early. They go to school for 8 hours a day. They do sports practices, they do tutoring, they do music lessons, they do everything, and then they go to sleep and they wake up and they do all over again. And then Saturday you have your sports events or whatever their extracurricular is, and by the time you do that and feed them, the night is over. Sunday comes, you're at church, and it's like we kind of train our children very early to get caught in the same monotonous cycle that we live in as adults. And I just, when I look back over my life, or when my son looks back over his life, I don't want that to be his memory. You know, that we just kind of worked our tails off and then it was over, you know. I don't want that to be the narrative for myself and my household. So I'm going to really make a conscious effort to try and live. And to teach my son to live too, because a lot of our traits we pass on to our children genetically, and we also pass it on to them just by them watching us go through our day-to-day lives. So be careful what you subconsciously teach your children, whether it be emotional or just habitual. Just be careful and let them know that it's okay to laugh and smile. I see parents a lot of times out, and I know the day-to-day life will have you frustrated, but be careful not to put that off on your children, because I'll see parents out and it'll be like after school time in stores, things like that. And I think we sometimes forget that our children kind of sit in a classroom for 8 hours a day, and they're kind of forced to be quiet and to be still, unless they're blessed to go to like a magnet program or some type of private program where the curriculum is different. I know for this public school system where I am, it's really about just sitting in the classroom and absorbing as much as the teacher can give them in that 8 hours, and doing so quietly. Like, they're not allowed to laugh, they're not allowed to dance, they're not allowed to be free artistic spirits. So when they get home, of course, they have a lot of energy that's built up. They have a lot of energy built up. They're children, you know? So they need to be able to live and to exert that energy. And we have to be careful about putting our adult mentality and burdens onto our children. Let your children laugh. Let your children smile. Let your children play. Don't always, you know, stick something in front of them, whether it be a phone or a gaming system, you know, so that you can have your quiet time. Yes, I know you need your quiet time after you've been at work all day, but don't try and get it at the expense of your children's imaginations and your children's innocence. Let your children live now, because once adult life hits, you know, like I know, they'll be working and taking care of their own families, you know, and overwhelmed and tired. So let them live now. Let them smile. Let them laugh. And really be careful about stifling their individuality. Sometimes I see people compare their children, whether they're comparing them to siblings or comparing them to, you know, the person next to them in the line. Like, you know, look, that child is so much better than you. That child is doing this and that. But, you know, every child has a different personality. So try not to stifle that individuality. Of course, they need to know how to behave. I feel like in public spaces, they need to know how to behave. But don't teach comparison early like that, because think about your adult life now, and just in the workplace, coworkers, things like that. We all kind of compare ourselves, and we kind of measure our value or the state of our lives as to what the person next to us has done or what they've accomplished or how they act. I know for me, I am not a very dainty, soft spoken type of person. And I used to always feel like, oh my God, I really need to change that. Like, I need to be that soft, dainty type of woman. But that's not how I was created to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. Like, it's okay to be a little, you know, spicy, I guess. I don't know the word that you would use. But it's okay to be who you are. Let your children be who you are so that you can take that burden off of them. Don't have these little stressed out children. Like, I see children and they just look so tired. They look stressed. And they're like in elementary school. They look stressed out. And I really feel a big part of that is like, we don't allow ourselves to live and laugh and have a good time. And so we put that same thing on our children. And they are like stressed to the max. Let's not do that. Let's let October be a month that we really love, 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 love everybody connected to us, and we really love ourselves, and we really live this month. Like, live. I don't mean go out and spend all your bill money, because you still gotta pay your bills. I don't mean that, but I mean just like go out and just live. Just live. Find something free. If money is not, you know, a thing that you have an abundance of, find something free. Even if it's just meeting up with your girlfriends. Look, we all put in $2 and get this $15 bottle of wine, and we sit at my house and I cook. Like, even that is so nourishing to your soul and to your spirit, and it gives you a balance of just work, 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 complete, complete, complete. To do this, to do this, to do this. It gives you a balance off of that. Live this month, love this month. Accomplish your goals. Like, give yourself one. I know all of these memes and stuff, they say, oh, give yourself 5 goals for the month, give yourself 10 goals for the month. But then when you give yourself those goals, it becomes less about the beautiful process of accomplishing something, and it becomes more about just checking off of a list. It still becomes a to-do list. So give yourself one goal this month that will be beneficial to your spiritual and your mental self, and knock it out the park for the month of October. It's gonna be I feel like it's gonna be a really good month. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just feel so chill today. I don't know if you all can tell, but like, my spirit is just so calm today. I'm just mentally in a good space today, this first month of October, and I hope that you all are too. And if you're not, whatever spiritual preference you have, whether it's prayer, meditation, yoga, if you're feeling off balance today on this first day of the month, find some time to talk to your creator and center yourself, and really kickstart this month trying to be the best version of yourself that you can be, and carry it for the whole 31 days. You know, like, just really try to just balance yourself internally, because once you balance yourself internally, on the outside it will show in your life, it will show, and that balance will trickle down to your beautiful families and your beautiful children. So, love and light. I hope you all have a great week, and remember, the theme for this week is to live. Whatever that means for you, live. Okay? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so that you can continue to get updates. So, really busy week for me. I have like 3 wedding parties and 1 wedding. I'm like working on site, so I'm busy this week, but I'm excited, and that means good hair videos for you all this week. So don't forget to subscribe, and enjoy your week, and knock October out the park. Bye.